has either one of you in the past, or does either one of you in the future plan on having like an official debate with the Mormon prophet, or like an official member of the Mormon hierarchy?
You know, it would be great. I tried during the last election, which seemed a good opportunity to raise the Mormon issue. And you know, when I was in Australia, a large group of ex-Mormons came to me, and I learned a lot. I learned particularly, I mean, Mormonism is silly, but that's all other religions. It's just, but what's different, what's manifestly different about it is it's verifiably wrong. I mean, the others are just nonsense, but this is verifiable. You know, the best example I know of is the book of, is it Job or
Abraham?
Abraham, which I wrote about, so that, you know, it was translated to be the book of Abraham, but of course, unfortunately, they didn't get rid of it. Not like the gold tablets that went to heaven. In fact, they had all of the. In fact, eventually the documents were discovered. The original were discovered in a museum, and of course now we had the Rosetta Stone, so it could actually be translated, and it was burial rites. So we know that these fundamental texts are just manifestly wrong, but no one seems to care. And I wrote about this during the election. I couldn't get a single mainstream paper, not one, to publish it. Okay, no one wanted to raise that question because they didn't want to be claimed as being anti-Mormon. And so it's a hard thing to have happen.
Who could not want to be anti-Mormon?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm a network engineering student here at UCSD. You talked a little bit about electron microscopy and about how you could really, peer into an individual cell, peer into an individual atom, be able to see individual atoms, and how that's kind of an aha moment for a lot of people in science. How do you think we could bring these aha moments in science where you really realize that these fundamental concepts that you talk about are really tangible in reality? How can we bring that to possibly as many people as we can?
Well, I think both of us try and do it when we're in our science lectures and our books, but you don't have to. To me, it's the really simple things are aha moments. You don't necessarily have to talk about the amazing stuff at the edge of science. Understanding, why the sky is blue or why mirages work. The kind of things that everyone, and all of us can do it. I mean, that's the other thing. People say, what can we do? But everyone who's interested in science has these things, and you all have a pulpit at some level. And whether you go to church or your kids at school or whatever. And so I say we all have to be evangelists for science because there's so many evangelists against science. That means going out and doing exactly what you just said. And you don't have to be an expert at the forefront of science to be able to pick amazingly beautiful, wonderful things, whether it's from physics or beautiful aspects of. Every time I hear Richard or someone else talking about some evolutionary discovery from birds, I find it fascinating. So we all have the tools to make those aha moments, and I think the simpler ones we use, the more effective they are. I don't know what you think.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have. I was been told, but I guess they set up a little table over here.
Well, thank you very, very much.